We are here today with Keita Updike and Kay Todd Freeman from The Horror of Dolores Roach. Thanks for joining us, guys. So, The Horror of Dolores Roach, the horrors plaguing Washington Heights in the story are the horrors of cannibalism and gentrification. Which one do you think is worse?
Gentrification for me. I lived when the time that I was working on the podcast when it started 5 years ago, and I lived there at the time. So I mean, I was there through the gentrification. So it's the gentrification for me. What is it?
Well, let's hope let's hope there's no cannibalism going on.
But hypothetically, if there was some underground cannibalism happening around the corner, but I feel like Keita would be like, no, hands down, it's still the gentrification. You lived through it, so you've seen it. So which would you choose for your cannibalistic cuisine? Empanadas are off the table, although that's a pretty good choice.
I would have to go with the lovely classic Escoffier French preparation. Lots of butter, lots of things like that. Like old French classic cuisine. That's what
nice. That's bougie of you. A lot of butter is the key, though. That makes kind of anything is palatable when you put enough butter on it.
Yeah.
Let's do since you already picked French, I guess you got to do a meat sauce from Italian meat sauce. Just let it simmer in there all day, get soft, break apart, fall apart in your mouth, and it's already ready. It's this, yeah.
I know it was my disgusting question, but I'm still disturbed now. Like, as a very big pasta fan and a really big meat sauce fan, this is gonna fuck me up, I think, a little bit next time I'm eating. I'll be like, oh, come on.
A good human bolognese. There you go.
Oh man. You all said, don't ask questions you don't want the answer to. You brought this on yourself. What do you think would be a good name for a cannibal restaurant? I guess if it's undercover, you don't want to call it like
you don't want to,
you know what I mean? But like
I have no idea. You're creepy. No.
I'm from Fangoria. We're a horror magazine. I gotta be creepy.
I can't think of a good name because I feel like you said, I don't want to give it away. I don't want the cops to come and shut us down.
All mine are inappropriate and immature. So I don't know.
Which is what I'm after. I mean, that's my whole brand.
You could call one melons. Cakes of cake, like ass, like cakes made out of ass.
Oh, okay. I only came with like humanus.
No, that one's way too inappropriate.
Now you gotta say it.
You could call it juicy lips, but it would be like we're not talking
like lips, like which lips
in the audience will appreciate
okay.
You know what I'm saying? Juicy lips. Juicy, you know what I'm saying?
You know what? I'm here for all of them.
Okay.
Now I need a spin-off.
Okay.
That's Nellie's spinoff is Juicy Lips.
Yes, that's like a happy ending for Nellie. Just like she's an entrepreneur. It's like a franchise, but different kinds of cuisines. So You're just branching out. So let's say if you guys were in a horror movie and got to be the killer, what would you want your kill song to be? We're gonna say that you're killing the bad guy. So you're like, like final girl, final boy status.
What's the song?
For me, I'm like horror with no soundtrack.
Oh, so just silence?
Yes.
Oh, you're creepy, actually.
Oh God, this is so hard.
Then you just hear like the meaty stabbing and stuff,
right? Yes, I just want that. Yes. Yes, that's what I want.
Can I pick a theme from a show?
Yeah.
I'll do the White Lotus theme. Isn't it the one that goes? Do Do you, like they're running.
Wait, can you do it one more time? I'm not sure if that was quite. Oh, yeah.
Isn't that kind of like the White Lotus? Like, it's like, so it'd be like, you know, it kind of feels like Lord of the Flies running through, and it's just like, you know, or like the Yellow Jackets theme. I could pick that too.
I like
kill. You know what I mean?
I like both. You have a definite vibe to your kill scene for sure.
Like, it's gotta be like, you know, survival.
Yeah. That's the stuff that gets you pumped up, right? I love that Jeremiah has all of these kind of like conspiracy theories. Are there any conspiracy theories that you guys are kind of like a fan of, or just kind of intrigued by? Not necessarily that you believe it, but it's just intriguing to you.
Well, I mean, you know, how easily is this equated with QAnon? I mean, I despise all of that, and I think it's absolute utter nonsense. But I mean, I think it's relatable in the sense that I know people who have many alternate ideas about things. So I think it's pretty interesting.
Okay.
I don't know if there's something I believe in, but you know how we all watch, okay, not all of us, but I'm sure we all know, like there's those they have, I won't say the name of the channel, but they have these channels where they're doing like the debates, like if like they put 3 people on there, like a strong like top light or whatever, and like 3 people on the other side, and they're debating a topic. There was one that was about round earthers and flat earthers, and I just found it so fascinating how these people were like, you know, the earth is flat, it's flat, it's flat, it's flat, don't believe what they're telling you. So it's like, I don't have one that I'm subscribing to, because I don't know if I believe any sort of like what do you call it, QAnon type anything like that. But that one just interested me in how sure these people were that were like, we're not thinking wide enough and stuff like that.
Right.
So the flat earth.
So you're intrigued by how passionate people are when they're wrong.
I think that like overall, just in general, in culture, it's so interesting to see how people are just so, this is what's right, and da, 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 da. It just makes you think, it just makes you think about,
right.
You know?
Interesting and terrifying.
Yes. And terrifying.
Yeah.
Absolutely terrifying.
The real horror.
Yeah. That's true horror.
That's
absolutely true horror.
Absolutely.